Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 517. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is titled A Simple Game-Changing 4-Hour Hack for Business Growth. A simple game-changing 4-hour hack for business growth. Now, on today's show, guys, I'm going to unveil a powerful strategy to break through the roadblocks that are holding you back as a successful entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to talk about how you can use 4 hours a week. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but just follow me here. I'm going to show you how you can use 4 hours per week to help exponentially grow your business. And this is something that I've been doing a lot in the last year and a half. And actually, it's enabled me to cut down on my work because I'm more focused and more intentional. So, a simple game-changing 4-hour hack for business growth. Now, before we jump into today's content, I just want to share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link that correlates with today's show. You can go to www.productivitytemplate.com. So once you listen to today's episode and you need additional help in terms of using this simple 4-hour hack to grow your business, go to productivitytemplate.com for more information about the template that actually coincides with today's show. You can also find the template on my website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Just go to episode number 517. It'll be on the front page. All the latest episodes are on the front page of the website, and there'll be a link for the productivity template. So you can go either place, to the website or productivitytemplate.com. Now, let's get ready for today's show content. Today, we're talking about a simple game-changing 4-hour hack for business growth. Now, there are many obstacles out there, guys, that hinder entrepreneurs from being successful. So I wanted to give you a simple hack/blueprint to help you grow and scale your business that only takes 4 hours per week. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of time, but I need you guys to hear me out, okay? So let me start off with a personal story and tell you how this 4-hour hack for business has helped me achieve what I'm looking to achieve. So right now, guys, I'm focused on becoming more efficient and intentional with my business by continuing to build my business around my lifestyle. I'm going to repeat that. I want to build my business around my lifestyle, not my lifestyle around my business. I want to enjoy the fruits of labor as a successful serial entrepreneur for 25 plus years. So my goal now is only to work 4 days a week, and that's Monday through Thursday. And I've been able to do that over the last couple of months because I've implemented this 4-hour hack. So I want to start to enjoy my life more, spend time focusing on my health, and also spending time with my family. So I'm in that stage right now where I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. And so when I figured this out, it seemed counterintuitive to spend 4 hours a week doing something. But in all actuality, it's helped me to streamline and work more efficiently and effectively. And now I'm able to only work 4 days a week. Now, if I work 5 days a week, could I get more accomplished? Of course I could. But the question is, what's the trade-off? So for me at this juncture of my life, 4 days a week is perfect because it allows me to do things on that Friday that I want to do. It allows me to take more time, relax a little bit, and like I said, enjoy the fruits of my labor. So one of the things I want to start off with is some foundational information, and I call it disconnect to dominate. Disconnect to dominate. So I'm going to give you a blueprint to disconnect, guys, from your laptop, your computer, your phone, and it's actually going to help improve your business and give it direction and help your business grow. Now, I know we all have that phone or that Apple Watch or whatever on our wrist or in our hand at all times, and we're actually a slave to that. We're a slave to social media. We're a slave to communication. And the problem is that gets in the way of productivity. So I want you guys to take 4 hours a week to actually analyze and review your business. And I'm not saying just sit there and think. The template that I'm talking about and the 9 steps I'm going to give you today are actually a blueprint to be able to learn how to do this. This is something that I do every week, 4 hours a week, and I've been doing it for a period of time, and it's actually helped me in terms of my productivity and actually the scaling of a couple of my businesses. So here's what we're talking about. This is going to allow you to work without distractions, guys. You'll be more creative, and also you're going to be on the offensive versus the defensive. And what do I mean by that? So just picture your normal day, right? You're working, doing whatever you're doing, trying to get projects and things accomplished. You'll get a call. All right, let me stop doing what I'm doing and let me answer this call. You'll get an email from your boss or a coworker or a client or whatever. You need to address that. That's on defense. That means you're parrying and ducking and dodging everything that's coming in at you. What you want to be, guys, is on offense. And the way to be on offense is to disconnect from the distractions. You can call it power blocking, which I use, or you can call it deep work or whatever you want to call it. But you're going to disconnect 4 hours per week in order to improve your business. Now, I'm going to give you the blueprint and the template. So if you actually want the template that I use, go to productivitytemplate.com. I'm actually going to outline everything and give you 9 steps today, but this template breaks everything down so you're able to compare and contrast your progress from week to week. So go to productivitytemplate.com to get the actual template, or go to the website blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Go to episode 517, just click it and you'll see the show notes and you will see a link for the template. Okay. So the problem, guys, with most businesses is that they don't lay out and diagram their plan before they try to implement it. And that's something that I had a problem with. Sometimes we think so fast that we don't actually lay out the steps to actually complete what we're trying to complete. So I always say that an entrepreneur only does 3 things: think, create, and execute. Thinking is the easy part. Creating is a little harder, and the execution is the hardest. So when you have something laid out on paper, a roadmap, a blueprint, or whatever, you're able to complete it better than just thinking about it and then doing it. So that problem is a problem that most businesses have. They don't lay out and diagram their plan before they try to implement it. Perfect example. If you're trying to start a marketing campaign saying email automation, you know what you want to accomplish, but do you actually sit there and write out each email in the automation sequence? You know, hey, yeah, I want to do a follow-up to this customer, but do you actually go out and write down email 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever? If they open this, they go here. If they don't open it, I'll continue to send them this. So do we actually lay out and design the things we want to complete? And I'm not talking about laying it out on your computer. I'm talking about physically getting a notebook or this template I just talked about and writing it down with a pencil or a pen. That makes it stick even more. That's one of the biggest issues that entrepreneurs have, because they don't diagram their plan. It's like normally you go ready, aim, fire. A lot of us go ready, fire, then aim. And you're wasting a lot of time and you're not working to your maximum efficiency. Okay. Now, This is the time, this 4-hour block of time that you're going to take each and every week to do exactly that. And you're going to give yourself a weekly checkup on your business. Now, many of us get caught up in working on the plan without actually creating the blueprint of the plan, including the steps to implement the plan. So basically what I'm saying is we have a ton of ideas upstairs and we go through haphazardly without diagramming and laying out the process and the steps to actually complete the actions. And this is what this template is designed to do. So it's going to make you think. Number one, it's going to give you accountability. And I'm going to go through the 9 steps. It's going to give you accountability each and every week. Did you meet and or exceed these benchmarks? And I'll show you and tell you what the benchmarks are. If not, guess what? Your business isn't going to continue to grow and scale. So each and every week, you take this template or whatever the sheet of paper you want to write everything down on, and then you're able to compare it with previous weeks. And over a period of time, you're going to see some trends. You're either going to be trending up for the most part or trending down. And this is what I had to do because the way my mind works is I get super excited about something and I want to start on it ASAP. And a lot of times I've done that and it's worked out. But what I realized was if I have an intentional act or I have a process or system or a template to follow, it makes it that much easier. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So today, guys, I'm going to give you a weekly checkup template to help you check the progress of your business and lay out a blueprint for the next week to help you to become more productive and hopefully more profitable. So this 4-hour period allows you to focus without distractions. And like I said, some people may call it time blocking or others may call it deep work. Now, what is deep work? Deep work is a state of peak concentration that lets you learn hard things and create quality work quickly. It is a state of distraction-free concentration that pushes your cognitive capabilities to their limit. That's what deep work is. It's a state of distraction-free concentration that pushes your cognitive capabilities to the limit. Now, let's talk about the 9 steps that I'm going to give you to help you be able to be more productive in your business. These 9 steps are actually outlined in the template. So if you want to make it easy, just go to productivitytemplate.com and download the template, or this is what you want to do with a blank sheet of paper and a pencil. Step number 1, have you met your goal for getting sales leads for the week? So you want to build your database or your list. Guys, I tell you all the time, your database is your biggest asset. If you don't have any leads, there's no sales, there's no business. So you must have a lead generation system. So if you don't have a formalized lead generation system, this is the first thing you got to do because you're never going to be able to grow and scale. So step 1, have you met your goal for getting sales leads for the week? So what you want to write down is how many leads have you added to your sales database or sales funnel? And you want to create a grid. And what you want to do, you want to input the numbers you've gained versus your goal. So if your goal is 20 leads for the week and you've only gotten 15, then you're -5. So also identify where the leads come from so you know what method of marketing works the best. So if you have multiple sales funnels or marketing areas that you use to generate your leads, then you want to identify where your leads are coming from. The marketing that's generating the leads, you want to keep spending money with that. The stuff that's not working, you want to stop spending money with that. So step 1, have you met your goal for getting sales leads for the week? Step number 2, have you met your sales goals for the week? So how much revenue did you generate this week? So you want to create a sales grid and you want to input the dollar amount of weekly sales versus your goal. So if your weekly goal is $10,000 and you only bought in $6,000, then you're at -$4,000. So the first goal, number 1, is sales leads. The second goal is actually sales for the week. Step number 3, and you want to write everything down on a piece of paper. Review your sales and lead generation numbers from the previous week's scorecard and give yourself a star on your paper if you met or exceeded both goals, not just the one, the both goals. So number 3, review your sales and lead generation numbers from the previous week's scorecard or template and give yourself a star on your paper if you met or exceeded both of your goals. Now, when you're able to look back on all your different templates, you'll be able to see the days or the weeks that you got stars and you didn't get stars. Obviously, the more stars you get because you met or exceeded your sales goals and your lead generation goals, obviously the more money that you're going to make. So this is accountability. That's step number 3. Step number 4, review your current marketing and lead generation campaigns and determine if they are successful or not. As I mentioned earlier, you may have multiple sales funnels. You may have multiple lead generation campaigns. So you want to review them and make sure that they're effective. All right. Now, if you're listening to this and you don't have any campaigns to generate leads, you need to create one right away. Okay, so if you don't have a lead generation system, guys, you're never going to grow and scale your business. All right, now, if you do have a system, you need to make the adjustments to your marketing as needed. As I mentioned, if something is working well, funnel more money or resources into it. If something is not working and you're losing money, then stop funding that lead generation source. So that's step number 4. Okay. And what we're talking about today, guys, is a simple game-changing 4-hour hack for business growth. Step number 5, determine the 3 most important things that must get done in the next 7 days for you to improve your business. This is key, guys. Number 5, determine the 3 most important things that must get done in the next 7 days for you to improve your business. Now, remember, this is the same system that I've been using for the last several months that's helped me become super productive, and I've been taking off Fridays for the last several months because I'm spending or investing 4 hours taking the time to do this. Okay. So 5, determine the 3 most important things that you must get done in the next 7 days for you to improve your business. Put them in order of importance, guys, along with a deadline. So it's not a goal unless it's a deadline. Now, for this template, we want to do things that are capable of being done, say, within 7 days, within the week, because you want to keep moving from week to week to week. Now, if it's something that's going to take longer, you carry that over to the following week's template, okay? Also, you want to note why this needs to be done. What's the desired objective? So a lot of times we'll put tasks up there that, we'll just put build website. Okay. All right. Build a website. We understand that. But why does that website or landing page need to be built? This landing page or website needs to be built because it's going to help me generate more money because there are going to be several offers on that landing page or website. So what is the desired objective? Okay. Now, you also have to think about what tasks are required to complete the project. So it may be multiple tasks involved to complete the project. So say, for example, building a landing page. One task is the actual physical landing page itself that you have to create or you hire somebody to create. And the other task is the verbiage or the wording. What's going to be on there? What do I have a good enough message to convert visitors? So you have to look at what are the tasks that it takes to create or finish the project and who's going to implement that project or task. For example, if you don't know how to build a website, then you're going to have to hire somebody. So you want to determine the 3 most important things that must get done in the next 7 days. Understand why it's important, who's going to do it, and give yourself a deadline. Just as an example of some of the things that you may need to get done within the next 7 days, it could be something like creating a new ad campaign, updating your website, creating new content, etc. Whatever you need to get done to move your business forward. Step number 6, review last week's template/scorecard and carry over any of the 3 most important things that you didn't complete. So I mentioned that earlier. So the 3 most important things, if you weren't able to get them all done, carry over the one from the previous week and write that down and put it on the top. That's your priority. You don't want to keep carrying over from week to week to week, okay? So that's important because what this does, it helps progress. It's moving you from point A to point B, and that's the whole impetus behind this template, okay? Step number 7, write down any new ideas you have to improve your business and use a simple mind map to jot down some notes. So mind mapping. So this is something that I use all the time. So it's kind of like a freelance type of activity. So you may have an idea and then you'll write down words or phrases about that idea, that product, that business or whatever you're trying to do, but you're just trying to mind map. You're writing down things. And the way I do it is if I'm doing a mind map on a new product that I'm looking to create, I'm going to do the who, what, when, why, where, and how. Who's it for, what it is, when I want to implement it, why I'm doing it, and how I'm going to do it. So I use that as a kind of structure for a mind map, and I'll just jot things down, not in any particular order. And then when you start looking at the mind map, that's going to jog your memory, and you'll be able to go ahead and implement or create what you're trying to do. So step number 7, write down any new ideas you have to improve your business and use a simple mind map to jot down some notes. Okay. So ask yourself who, what, why, when, where, and how. And those are going to help jog some things that'll help you write that down. And you can write that down on a plain piece of paper. Or once again, you can get the template at productivitytemplate.com. So that's step number 7. Step number 8. Add any of your new ideas that make sense to your weekly template and start to implement them. Add any of your new ideas that make sense to your weekly template and start to implement them. So if you've come up with some ideas from previous weeks, then you want to start to add that to your template, and then you want to eventually implement it. Okay. Step number 9. This is super important, guys. Take the last 30 to 45 minutes to just think and write. Take the last 30 to 45 minutes to just think and write. Once again, use a pen and a paper. I'm not talking about on your computer. It seems like people process better when they physically have to write things down. So during this time, you should lay out your weekly game plan by creating a simple written paragraph about what you need to do, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. It could be something as simple as a diagram for sales funnels or a storyboard, but you want to write down your weekly game plan on this template or on a piece of paper, because when you write it down, that's what makes it become alive. That's what makes it come real. So take the last 30 to 45 minutes to just think and write. Remember, I said entrepreneurs only do 3 things, guys: think, create, and execute. We think very easily. Creating is a little harder. Execution is the hardest. A lot of times when we think, we don't put those thoughts down on paper. And so then after a couple of days, those thoughts or great thoughts we may have had or ideas are gone in the wind. So this exercise is designed to help you write it down so it becomes a more permanent thing. And then also gives you a game plan for the week. What is your weekly game plan? You write that down. Only a paragraph. It doesn't have to be the treaties of Versailles or anything like that, okay? Nothing crazy. This system, process, or template, whatever you want to call it, has totally transformed my business and allowed me to actually work 4 days a week and be more productive. I'm going to tell you guys more about that in the next segment, but real quick, let me just share all my social media contact information and resource links. Everything I'm about to tell you guys is on the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Make sure you go there. So I mentioned at the top of the show, guys, the template. Go to productivitytemplate.com for more information about the template. Instead of writing everything down, you'll have everything in a nice 5-page template that you can copy, download, print it. And all you have to do is print it each and every week, and you'll be able to use the system that I'm currently using now. So go to productivitytemplate.com. Also, don't forget to check out the new revised, revamped BEB Academy. Go to newbebacademy.com for more information. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, please, anything long, family, hit me on my email address, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, Twitter, jjones001. Instagram, I have 2 IG accounts. The first one is jjones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also LinkedIn. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. Go there and type in J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint and connect with me there. And also YouTube. Guys, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Once again, everything I just said is on the website. Don't forget to utilize the website and all the free resources. Go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, hit the Learn tab, and you'll see a drop down. All types of resources on scaling your business, e-commerce, marketing, mindset, anything you need to help elevate your entrepreneur IQ. And don't forget, if you're interested in getting this template, go to productivitytemplate.com, or you can go to the website under episode 517, and in the show notes, there'll be a link to the productivity template. Now, let's get back to the last segment of the show. So what I've found out, guys, and I had to find this out the hard way. It's something that I knew, but I never really implemented. And once again, it's kind of counterintuitive because most people don't block off 4 hours per week for anything. Okay, it doesn't matter. So that's kind of counterintuitive. And when I started thinking about it, and I've always been a proponent of time blocking, and I use that all the time, but not consistently. So over the last, I'd say 5 to 6 months, I've been consistently using this 4-hour hack to scale and grow my businesses. I have multiple businesses. And the beauty of it is it's all been more efficient because I've taken the time to actually plan. You know, I've told a story on the show a couple of times about a contest, and I'm paraphrasing. My dad used to tell me about this, and I don't know if he made it up or it was a fable or something. There were 2 guys that were actually in a contest to saw a tree down. Same size tree, same type of saw. So one guy was going real fast, sawing his butt off, just back and forth, back and forth. The other guy was sawing fast, but he would take time to sharpen his saw periodically. And so by the time they got through this, big ass tree, the guy that took the time to sharpen his blade actually won. And so this is what this is kind of alluding to. You need time to sharpen your blade. You need time to focus on what you're trying to accomplish. You need time to put things in order, to plan and actually implement the plan. So many times we're so busy at work, working on the business, we don't work in the business. And this 4 hours per week, which sounds counterintuitive, trust me, I know it does. This actually gives you focus and direction. As I mentioned earlier, how many times have you thought of something and you want to implement it, but you never put the steps down on paper of how to implement it? What do I need to implement this? When do I want to get this done? Who's going to help me implement it if I need additional or outside help? So it's planning and strategizing. So the template that I have for you, or you can just do it yourself, is going to give you structure each and every week to spend 4 hours per week. Now, you may want to spend that 4 hours after work time. For me, it's part of my work, so I put it in my work time. I value my freedom and flexibility. And what I had to learn was when I started doing this, everything became a lot more clear. So now I have directions. Like when you write down your weekly plan at the end of the template and you write it down and you're concise about it, you have those goals, you have that roadmap, you have the blueprint, everything is written out for you. So now you don't have to think what you have to do. Now, I also use a daily planner. And I block out times for certain things, specific things, and how much time I'm going to allot to them. But this 4-hour deep work or time blocking, whatever you want to call it, that's great. But you have to have a process or system to maximize this 4 hours. You don't want to be sitting there 4 hours and you just sitting there thinking and you're not writing anything down. You're not doing a checkup on your business. You're not moving forward. You're not putting down what you need to do the following week. You're not putting or listing the 3 priorities that you need to get accomplished this week. So just sitting down and thinking is cool too. And that's why at the end, I said the last 30 to 45 minutes of this 4-hour block, you can sit there and think and jot things down. That's what that time is allotted for. But I don't want you guys to take 4 hours and just be sitting out at the pool, chilling, thinking about things, but not putting anything into action. Thinking about the stuff is cool. Writing it down and formulating a plan is better. So if you're able to utilize this, trust me, I hope you do, because I've become super efficient. Another thing that helped with my efficiency is I know now that I only have 4 days a week to get this stuff done. So that all actually helps me too, because now I have to pack more in. Now, could I grow my business more if I wanted to work the 5th day on Friday? Yeah, I could. But it's a trade-off. Do I want that freedom, flexibility, and time to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, or do I want to work some more? So I'm at a stage right now where I put in the hours. I've been a serial entrepreneur for over 25 plus years. I've laid the foundation and the groundwork. I've built multiple streams of income. So now I want to start to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Now, I'm not saying that you guys can, want to start working 4 days a week. You might. But what I'm saying is if you're working 5 days a week, or it doesn't matter how many hours you're working, block out this 4 hours of time for this hack. And I promise you, if you are consistent, not doing it once a month, but if you are consistent every week, I promise you, you're going to see the change and growth in your business. So remember, it gives you accountability. One of the first things it asks you is, have you met or exceeded your lead generation goals for the week? The next question is, have you met your sales or revenue goals for the week? You always want to have yes to both of them. And if you just do that, you're going to exponentially grow your business and be able to scale it. Okay, so just that in and of itself is a benefit. We don't hold ourselves accountable. And that's what this worksheet basically is for. This is the template, the entrepreneur productivity template. Okay, make sure if you don't want to write everything down by hand and you want to use the template, go to productivitytemplate.com to download your template. And it makes it super simple. So what I did was I was doing everything by hand first, and then I had to get it into some type of structure. And once I put it in that structure, it was easy. It was a high level glance at what my business has been doing each and every week. And with that high level glance, I'm able to see, am I moving in the right direction or wrong direction? I'm laying out the breadcrumbs for my next steps. I'm organizing things. I'm becoming more efficient. And that's the whole game, guys. You want to work at maximum efficiency for however long you're working. If you're working 7 days a week, you still want to work at maximum efficiency. If you're working 5 days a week, same thing, 4 days a week, what I'm doing now. So I'm working at maximum efficiency. And that's what this template does. So if this makes sense to you guys, you can either just follow the podcast and write everything down, or go and grab the template at productivitytemplate.com. Now, I say this each and every week, guys, because I mean it. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys so much. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the ecosystem, the website, all the resources that are created to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.